you have an amazing story, and you might not think about it, but you came to America, you were super young, you had your Bambino really early on, and you managed to create one of the top agencies
Wow.
in LA.
Thank you, Axel.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Thank
Like
you, thank you.
everyone knows you, you know everyone, you work with a lot of the top talent. And I know because we're friends, like I know that things are not always easy. Like everything looks amazing in the red carpet and when you're doing the events, but deep down, like you have to wake up early to do your work. You have to deal with talent, which is very difficult to do when you're dealing with like
How you know?
and on top of that, you have your personal life and you also have to find a way to make money. And you do all of that with a smile and always with a positive energy and you bring that. So tell me, how do you manage all of that and especially running
uh,
the agency and doing your own career as a
I think
talent?
it's like when you go to cook, right? If you go in the refrigerator and you have so many things that you're like, oh my gosh, where I start? If you look at that way, and then it's a little bit hard, right? But if you have ideas and projects and goals, you just divide, and it doesn't sound so much, right? So, like, I mean, one of my biggest challenge was study English, learn English. Oh my gosh, English was it's embarrassing. I went in Argentina and at the top places to learn English. Nothing will get inside of my brain. Nothing. I was like, what's wrong with me? I cannot learn English, you know?
The funny thing is that your English is still terrible.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
still
you.
terrible. But the thing is that you have radio shows, you have reality shows, you have
Yeah.
fashion shows, and you don't care. Like you keep doing it, and that's
Well,
something I love about you. Like you
that's
don't.
exactly what I was going to talk about it. So for me, when I came to this country, I came to learn English first. I 2 3 years I came back and forth. I learned English with the years, right? And I don't care. I'm so happy that I can communicate, that I can talk, that I can do whatever I want, and people can tell me whatever they want. They can critical me, they can say this and that, they can say, oh, but you learn English. I don't care because I'm happy that I can talk. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
You don't understand like, what it was hard for me. I get married. I have no idea what my husband says. No clue until I get what he says, and then we break up, of course. Because like, oh, that's what he's saying to me. So maybe learning English was not a good thing in my marriage. That's why we divorced. But yeah, like I think for me, I came to US with my goal to learn English, and then I study business. So I get a proposal for work. When they hired me for this job, uh, it was not a good job. It was these people talk, the big talkers in LA. It wasn't a good job. I don't even want to talk about that. But I was what I'm going to do because I study business and I didn't want to go back to Argentina because I don't like Argentina, right? Even everybody like it. I didn't like it for different reasons. And so I was 3 months trying to figure it out, going college. So I was trying to get my master, but I they make you a test for English, and of course I didn't pass it. They sent me back to the international school. I for start from zero. It's like I will never make it.
That's
Right?
hilarious.
So that was my story. So, anyways, 3 months later, I put my agency. I one day my brain blew up, came with the idea to put the agency. 1 month, I have it together. I get my first meeting with Tecate Beer in that time, and they give me the opportunity. And from there, I start doing conventions, boom, my agency. And then with the time, I start doing acting, modeling, all that, because my class said, well, why you don't do it? Why you don't do it? I'm like, "Oh, okay. So it's not like I was the typical model, then I come with the agency. No, I didn't. I was backwards.
I didn't know that.
No, I was thinking, I never in my entire life I will thinking I can do acting or modeling. Number one in Argentina, you're a model, you have to be from 14 to 20. After 21, you're old. You can't be model after 21. You're old. No, it's not classified. Argentina is very, how do I say, very difficult in some part. For acting, you need to be family, the family, the family to be actor. You will not be coming, oh, I'm an actress. Yeah, right. You go extra. No, it's not opportunities in Argentina, and my mom never let me anyway. So I never think I was going to be actress. Never. So for me, I was like, when the first movie I worked was Simon movie, the director said, "What are you doing today?" I said, "Just coming a meeting with you. I have a role for you." I like a role for me. I've never acted in my life. He gave me my first role in a first movie, and I was like, "I'm an actress." So then I started doing theater and I learned in theater. So, but my point is, it's a challenge if you make it difficult. If you see the way easy comes because you see it easy. When you make it difficult, it will be difficult. So it depends how you see things. If you think everything is going to be hard, everything's going to be hard because you look in that way. So you have to see things easy. Not like a loser, but I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And that's me. I always say yes. I always say yes. Well, not to everything, but most yes. And that's the positive personality. So I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah.
In everything that you're saying, I agree. And that's something that I have seen with you and I have learned with you. And I remember one time you sent me one of the meditation videos that you like, and I do not like meditation
Oh.
at all. And I remember I was driving, I had like two different shoots and it was like something very stressful, and I think it was a project that you helped me cast some of the talent, and then I was driving over there and you sent me that video and you were like, hey, hope you have like a good day. And I listened to that. It was a long video with this guy talking with the very soft voice and like the soft music, and it actually like calmed me down. It actually put me in a good mood. And I was driving on the 105, and like the light was coming and it was beautiful, and the guy in the video was saying like all those things that people say on the meditation videos, like, oh, like everything in the universe is gonna work and da, da, da. And I don't believe in any of that. For me, it's like I'm gonna make things work, like, but it does change my way of thinking in that moment, and it did bring me more of a calm state, and things worked in a better way. And even though it was still stressful, production, everything
Oh,
will
yeah.
go wrong.
Big time.
So I do agree with you. I have to say on camera, on the show, that those videos and those meditations do help a lot. And as long as you don't think that everything is just gonna like appear from thin air, because a thing that you have that I really appreciate and respect is that you also have the work ethic, and you push towards getting the projects done. And you have an idea of doing a fashion show. 3 weeks later, Rafi Lounge, here we go. Like the whole fashion show is there. 100 people are there, and
You have
you
to be created. The strike was for 4 months. They almost killed us in the industry. We're like, no acting. Imagine an Italian agency, like no commercials, no TV series, no movies. What am I going to do? Going to go cry? To who? I have nobody to cry in this country. I need to pay my bills. I need to be creative. So I want to do the fashion show for a long time because I do that for clients. So I say, well, I know how to do everything. So I'm just going to do it. And I put in a week. There it is. 3 weeks. It takes me 3 weeks actually to do the financial good memory. But yeah, it's about being creative, and you always have to think, what do you have? Like I said, let's go back again, cooking. What do you have to cook this? Okay, let's create something from what we have, because people say, well, I don't have no money. I cannot do a business. I have no money. Well, what do you have? Well, I don't have. Well, you need to think about it. Do you have talent? What do you have? What do you know? And you need to create from where you have or what you know. And we all can do something. Maybe you don't have the money. Maybe you don't have the products. Okay, you have your brain, and that's it's my phone. And that's when the creation comes. Okay, if you're scared, that's the wrong way to go. And that's one thing I learned, because I used to be scared for everything. My mom raised me like a little princess, but life is not a princess, right? Like you don't live in Disneyland. Well, so you learn in different ways. So when you stop being scared is when you really can do anything you want. And I'm learning this every day more and more. I started doing meditation 3 years ago. and it changed my life. Why? Because I realized I need balance and I need to be more calm and I need to think about before I talk. I need to observe and listen from people. I used to think I know everything. Because I do everything, I think I know everything. And nobody can tell me what to do because I think I know everything. Guess what? I don't know anything because it's always things to learn, you know? So I know experience, but that not means I know everything. I know my experience, and that cannot, nobody can take it from me, right? My experience.
And you're very good at connecting. So let's talk about that because you're a really good connector of people. And I think it's one of the most important skills we can learn in life to be successful is how to network. So how do you think about networking and making friends?
Well, for me, it's weird because I don't go places to network with people, but I do like to know people. It's a different story with me. I don't have the mentality like, oh, let's go and meet people so I can do business. Never happens to me. It doesn't. For me, it's either I meet people because I want to make new friends, or if I go to do business and then I go to the conventions, I go to where really I had to meet people for business. But maybe because I study business, so my mentality is when there's a place for business, I will do business. But if I'm going to go places, I really want to meet people for who the people are and not classify, okay, you're not a director, I don't want to talk to you. You're not a business person that can invest in me, I'm not interested in talking to you. You're a bartender, I'm not like that. I feel every person is a star. Every person shines for their own. And it doesn't matter what they do. Every person is special in a different ways. That's why life put us in our life. We are here for something. We're coming to learn. We're coming to be better in life. And we're coming to help others, you know? So when you critical somebody, that will come back to you. That's the karma. The karma is when we, it's kind of like when you split and the thing and come back in your face. Same thing. Anything you do, you need to watch out yourself because it comes back to you. So whatever you do, be your best you can be in any part in your life, in anything. When you're cooking, when you're eating, whatever you do, be your best. It doesn't matter what you do. Be your best. You know, we all an own person. Anyways, you can continue. You can cut me.
No, I don't have to cut you. Like I like everything that you're saying, and I have seen you do that because I've gone to events with you, and you're nice to all the people. So, and it doesn't matter if they're super important or if they're just someone in the staff. Like I have seen that up close, and it's a quality that I agree with you. Like we need
Thank
to
you.
put out in the world the type of energy that we want to come back to us and treat people the way that we want to be treated as well. Because no matter how famous someone is, at some point they were not famous. And you don't know who you might be talking to. They might be nobody right now, but they could grow up to be someone super important and just being a good person. Like
Yeah, very
it
important.
doesn't cost you anything to be nice to people, and
Yeah, but
that
you don't know the story of the person, right? I think the things I'm learning from meditation and from John Dispenza and all these genius people that talk is we have to accept and understand where people come from. And when you understand where people come from, and then when you accept everybody, maybe a person grew up in the streets and the parents was beating the kid all the time and grew up, and maybe that kid coming angry. Maybe other kids had the same situation and say, I never want to be like that. And I want to be the best father. Every person is different. So uh, I wish we're all the same, right? But everybody's, so sometimes you have to see what that person comes from and understand why that person is not nice. That not means we're accepting that and we'll be like, oh, okay, you can kill me. No, I'm saying is understand where they come from and trying to send that person therapy or just let that person learn their own. We got to learn our own and we need to uh, be responsible of their life. You're not responsible. The homeless is on the floor. You can help, but you're not responsible. Before I used to feel like, oh my gosh, I have to help everybody. Well, I can help in my way, but everybody has their own responsibility. So I not feel sorry anymore for people like I used to feel. Like I used to feel so bad for people. And I said, well, but that person needs to be there. Okay, well, they need to learn something in life. We come to learn. So I feel better now.
Yeah.
I always want to help people.
Yeah.
And I do. I help all the time. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So what have you learned in your many years of running an agency? So think about this section of the video right now. I would love every young model that comes to LA that wants to be successful, young actress or actor that comes to LA and wants to be successful. Everyone is looking for an agent, and it's one of the hardest things to get. And then they get the agent, and it's a nightmare, and it's very difficult to find a good agent and blah blah blah. Everyone knows that. So what advice would you give those people?
First of all, if there are models, please take pictures. That's the first things I ask the model. Like it's kind of like your ID, right? It's kind of like if you want to be a doctor, you have to study for be a doctor. When if you want to be a model, you need to do the things with a model, take a pictures.
But
And
with a
a lot
good
of ones,
photographer, please, with a good
yeah,
photographer.
right. So, but I think a lot of models doesn't know that. So that's why I always try to help the people comes to my agency. I'm trying to find free photographers or someone that give a very low rate so the models can do the process. I think the models, they don't really have to do much. It just have to be pretty and take care of himself because and make it easy going for everybody. I don't think it's much advice for models. Just do your job. Take a pictures, look pretty.
Yeah. Well, another thing
I
that
mean,
is, what you just said, something that I think is very important for me as a producer or director, like, don't be difficult.
yeah.
Now, I know that there are some instances in production that can be not the right conditions, or there are some people that would mistreat the talent. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, to me, the most important piece of any production is the people. So I'm going to always do my best to treat the people
Oh
the best that I
yeah,
can.
that for sure.
Yes.
Treat people. I always treat the models like my daughters, like my little girls, because I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel happy, and for me, I need them and they need me. It's not like one way. I give you work. No, it's for me. It's both way.
Yeah.
So I treat them very good. If the model doesn't respond the way I expecting, meaning doesn't show up, cancel me the last minute, give me hard time with my clients, maybe I forget once, I forget two, third one, I don't call anymore. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to yell. I don't need to scream. I don't need to do any of that stuff because for what? Just don't call it anymore. And if you call me, say, Leila, why don't call me? Well, do you remember you did this and that? There is the answer. It's simple. You have to make things simple. It's not complicated. I had girls that work with me forever. And I had girls that maybe worked one or two times. Maybe I didn't call them anymore because they did things I didn't like it. And some things, it's okay to give it, okay, one more time, give it a chance. And sometimes I'm not interested to work with that type of person because I already can see what's coming and why to go forward. Some people, they're waiting for, want to take you to court, want to do this, want to do that. They think they're on the right. They aren't like in this, how do I say?
Like entitlement?
Entitled, like that's the word. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not going to call this person because it's make it my work difficult. And some clients say, no, I want that girl. I want that girl. You can take it. And then later, oh, you was right. And don't ever send me that girl. I told you, but it's okay.
Well,
we need to learn.
Yeah, I have had always good experience with your talent. Like whenever they come, like they come on
Yeah.
time, they work, and it has been really easy
Thank
going.
you.
I do
I
it.
love my talent. Sorry, I interrupt you. I absolutely love all my miles and my talent. Like I say, if I don't like it, I will not work with that person.
Yeah. Well, it's very difficult here to find work in LA, especially like with everything that happened last year. But what do you think is going to be the future of like in the next 3, 5 years of everything that we work on?
I don't know. It's been a little bit scary, even though we say don't be scared because the technology is taking a big space for us. Like that's one of the things, the problems happens with the INDB. Like they want to replace human beings as a electronic robots, right? Like
Hmm.
the image, they want to take the image of the person and use it on computer. So that is a little bit scary. So I don't know what's going to happen, but the only thing I know, we need to be today and being creative today and do the best we can do and not think too much what's going to happen because otherwise we'll be like frozen. So we have to be creators. That's the answer.
That's awesome. Well, Leila, thank you so
So
much for
sorry I
coming
talk
on the
so
show.
much.
No, no, I love talking to you, and I'm really grateful for your friendship and for all the projects
Thank
we have worked
you.
together. And
Thank you for being my client and my friend.
thank you guys so much for watching the show. If you like it, please send it to a friend, and we'll see you on the next one.